My wife needed space to discover herself. Within days, she was with another man. My wife asked for a break to find herself, and by the third day, she was involved with someone else. I stayed calm, collected evidence, and finalized our divorce. I'm 32, and I met Sarah, aged 30, when I was 27. We've been married for 3 years, together for 5. I'm a licensed welder, earning $95,000 annually on industrial construction sites. Sarah works as a receptionist at a mid-sized firm in the city, making about half my income. I own our home, bought with my inheritance 2 years before our marriage, and kept the title solely in my name. We divided household expenses roughly 70 to 30, reflecting our income disparity. She covered groceries, utilities, and home improvements, while I handled the mortgage. Our first 2 years of marriage were ordinary, debating chores, arguing over the thermostat, and dreaming of unaffordable trips. She wanted to explore Europe. I focused on paying off the mortgage faster. Typical newlywed adjustments. Our home, a 1950s ranch, was renovated by me. I secured permits, handled most electrical and plumbing work on weekends, built a garage workshop, restored hardwood floors, and upgraded the kitchen with granite counters and stainless appliances. I invested about $40,000 and 2 years of effort. The house is now valued at around $280,000 in a fast gentrifying area. 8 months ago, things shifted when Sarah reconnected with her college friend, Jessica. Jessica, fresh from a messy divorce, had no kids and received $2,500 monthly alimony from a tech executive who reportedly cheated. She lived in a chic downtown apartment, frequented clubs, and posted Instagram stories about living boldly and never settling. My best friend, Ethan, dubbed her the guru after meeting her at a barbecue. Ethan, my college buddy, is a blunt software developer with zero patience for drama and a sharp sense of humor. He pegged Jessica instantly, noting her designer purse and fake eyelashes. Jessica, 28 with bleached hair, was the type who thought constant opinions made her fascinating. She flirted overtly with me, laughing too loudly at my jokes. I dismissed it as extroversion then, but I should have seen the signs. Jessica would arrive at our house in her sleek BMW, dressed for a nightclub, spouting love advice straight from a talk show. Divorced after 18 months, with no job skills beyond spending her ex's money, she exuded a toxic positivity that could drive anyone to despair. Yet Sarah hung on her every word. Sarah started coming home with new ideas about relationships, how we'd grown too comfortable, how marriage shouldn't feel like cohabitation, how thriving couples push each other to keep passion alive. Jessica had found some trendy relationship podcast, and it was all recycled nonsense. The issues began subtly. Why wasn't I planning spontaneous outings? Why was I always working late? Why didn't I get jealous when other men flirted with her at parties? It was manufactured drama, but I didn't see it yet. I was managing a major downtown project, a 12-story office building, 3 months delayed and $200,000 over budget. The kind of job that defines careers in my field. I was pulling 60-hour weeks, including Saturdays, to keep it from collapsing. But per Jessica's relationship theories, my dedication to our financial stability meant I didn't value our marriage. By December, we argued twice weekly, following a pattern. Sarah would pick a minor issue, escalate it to a personal attack, then act shocked when I didn't engage in the chaos. I tried solving problems. She called me emotionally distant. The Christmas fight was about a tree. After a 12-hour day with engineers and inspectors, I came home exhausted, and Sarah was livid because I wasn't excited enough about the tree she'd chosen. Ethan nailed it. She's inventing problems because her divorced friend told her marriage should be a reality show. I started staying at work longer, partly for the project, but mostly because home felt like a battlefield. Sarah saw this as proof I didn't care, a perfect catch-22. What I didn't realize was Jessica wasn't just feeding Sarah relationship advice. She was urging her to explore other options. The breaking point came on a Thursday in January. I got home at 7 p.m., not late, and Sarah was at the kitchen table looking rehearsed. She'd eaten without me, which was unusual since we always waited, even if it meant dining at 9 p.m. I grabbed leftover Thai food from the fridge and sat down. "I've been thinking about our future," she said. "I think we need a break. A short one, a week or two, to see how we feel apart, to remember why we fell in love." I knew this came from Jessica, who'd been planting ideas for months about how her ex didn't appreciate her until she left. I'd heard this script before. My friend Mark's wife asked for a break to find herself. and ended up with her gym trainer, costing Mark half his savings and $1,800 monthly in child support. "You want to separate?" I asked. "Just to act like we're not married for a bit to see if we miss each other, if you'll fight for us." There it was, the real motive. This wasn't about space. It was about making me chase her, proving my love through drama. When I saw my wife of 3 years with her scripted speech and Jessica's manipulation tactics, something in me shut down. Instead of arguing or pleading, I shrugged. "Okay," I said. She blinked, stunned. "Okay, if that's what you want." Her disappointment was palpable. She'd expected me to beg, to make a grand gesture. Instead, I agreed and went back to my cold Thai food like she'd asked me to grab bread on the way home. That's when I knew our marriage was over, not because of the break, but because she was upset I didn't fight her. She craved drama over resolution. I texted Ethan after she went to bed. "Sarah wants a marriage break." His reply came in 30 seconds. "LOL, let me guess, the guru's idea. What's your plan?" "I'm giving her the break. Let's see what happens." Smart. Nothing says "I love you" like a fake relationship test. We set rules that night. 2 weeks acting unmarried, Sarah staying at Jessica's, no contact except for chores or emergencies, and a reassessment after 14 days. The next morning, she packed 2 suitcases, work clothes, and enough casuals for 2 weeks. I helped load them into her Toyota Corolla and watched her drive off. The house felt quieter, peaceful. I could watch sports without lectures on toxic masculinity or eat cereal for dinner without overanalysis. For the first time in months, I relaxed in my own home. That first night, I ordered a massive pizza, drank a soda, and binged the Terminator series without anyone critiquing action movies. Glorious. Ethan came over that weekend with Thai takeout from our old college spot. We spent 3 hours setting up a fantasy football league, something I hadn't had time for in ages. "How's single life?" he asked. "Pretty great. Watched football for 3 hours yesterday without being told it's a sign of emotional stunting." Ethan nearly choked on his noodles. "She said that? Among other things, apparently my Cowboys fandom stops me from processing emotions healthily." That weekend, I did something I hadn't in years. I audited our finances, joint accounts, savings, credit cards, and Sarah's student loans, which I'd been helping pay. We had $35,000 in shared savings, $15,000 in a joint checking account, and her $28,000 marketing degree debt, which landed her a $45,000 receptionist job. I'd been paying an extra $400 monthly to clear it faster. I also tracked home improvements. Sarah contributed $8,000 for materials, mostly kitchen upgrades, while I invested $32,000 in all the labor. Monday, I called my lawyer, David, to explore options, not to file. He explained Texas divorce law. The house was mine as premarital property, and my labor and funding on improvements strengthened my claim. By week's end, I moved half our joint savings to a separate account, legal, as it was marital property, and redirected my direct deposit to my personal account. Sarah texted once that week. "Hope you're reflecting on us." I showed Ethan. "What's that mean?" "The guru told her you'd be a wreck, begging her back. Instead, you're probably chiller than ever. Must be throwing her off." By day 10, Jessica texted me from an unsaved number. "Hey, how are you holding up?" We'd never texted one-on-one. I replied briefly, "Doing okay, this is weird." "I know, right? Sarah's stressed. Coffee to talk." I played along. "Maybe that'd help." We met Thursday at a Starbucks near her place. She showed up in a tight black dress, full makeup, and overpowering perfume, bending forward repeatedly to grab her latte, flashing more than necessary. Subtle. "I feel awful about this," she said, leaning close. "You two were great together." "Sure we were," I thought. "That's why you told Sarah we were stale for 8 months." "All the fighting lately, it's just her being confused," Jessica said, touching my hand. Her manicured nails screamed high maintenance. "She doesn't know what she wants." I pulled back after a moment. "It's been rough. If you need to talk, I'm here day or night." The conversation lasted an hour. She said I deserved better, Sarah didn't appreciate me, and if she had a man like me, things would be different. She hugged me too long when we parted. "This was nice. Let's do it again." I called Ethan. "You won't believe this. She practically threw herself at me, low-cut dress, hand-touching, saying I deserve better. Like a shark." "Of course," he said. "She probably planned this before suggesting the break. 3-step home-wrecking plan, play dumb, document everything. This'll get good." Jessica texted daily, suggesting another meetup, sending staged photos. Her in yoga pants at the gym, dining alone at a restaurant, in a bikini by her complex's pool. Each screamed, "I'm available if you play right." Ethan loved it. "Look at this, hope you know you're special." What is she, a motivational poster? I responded just enough to keep her hooked, acting vulnerable. On Friday, she texted, I need to tell you something, but I'm not sure I should. What is it? Can we meet, not over text? At Starbucks, she looked nervous, checking her phone. I feel terrible, but you deserve to know Sarah's seeing someone. I faked shock. What? His name's Ryan, a marketing director from Austin. Mid-30s, divorced, drives a BMW. I saw them at dinner last night, very cozy. She's been lying about where she goes. Jessica grabbed my hand. I'm so sorry. Her play was clear. Fight for my cheating wife or turn to her, the loyal friend who'd never betray me. I played the hurt husband. I can't believe this. You don't deserve this, she said. You deserve someone who values you. That night, I checked our shared devices. Sarah left her tablet at home, still logged into her iCloud, password unchanged. Her texts synced across devices. I found 3 weeks of messages with Ryan, starting with work talk, then personal by week 2. Complaints about our marriage, feeling unappreciated, how he made her feel desired. Recent texts were explicit. Meetup plans, photos, and voicemails I couldn't stomach. She texted him during our break, including after her thinking about us message to me. I screenshot everything, saving 47 messages, a dozen photos, and voicemails to my cloud. Our joint credit card showed 3 expensive dinners at upscale restaurants, Vesper and the State Room, plus a $280 Omni hotel charge from 2 nights ago. She'd used our card for dates and a hookup while asking me to wait. I called Ethan, found it. She's been with this Austin guy, texts, hotel charges, all here. No way. So Jessica pushed the brakes so Sarah could cheat, then snitch to you like a loyal pal. Next level manipulation. She's betting you'll fall for her. What's the plan? Divorce. Monday, I met David, showing him the texts, financial records, and photos. This is airtight, he said. With this, you keep the house, 60 to 65% of joint assets, no spousal support due to her infidelity, 3 days to prepare the papers. Those days were surreal. I worked, managed the Now On Track project, came home to a quiet house, and ate takeout without judgment. I kept up the devastated husband act with Jessica, letting her comfort me about Sarah's affair. I can't believe she'd do this to you, Jessica said at another coffee meetup, grabbing my hand. Maybe this is happening for a reason. Maybe you needed to see who she really is. Ethan nearly died laughing. She said that. Next, it's soulmates and destiny. I served Sarah divorce papers at her office Thursday via a professional server, including text excerpts and financial proof of her affair. She called within an hour. What the hell? Divorce papers for adultery? This was a temporary break. You worked it out with Ryan at the Omni for $280. Silence. How did you? Your tablet syncs to iCloud, every text, photo, plan with him. 3 weeks of evidence. She tried excuses. The break allowed it. She was confused. It wasn't serious. Then she snapped. I'm glad I did it. Ryan cares about me, takes me places, makes me feel special. With our credit card. At least he has a real job, not dirty manual labor. My welding job, which paid her bills, was suddenly grunt work. Ryan's getting me a better job in Austin, she said. Good luck, hope he knows what he's getting. Ethan howled. She called welding grunt work after it paid her loans. She's lost it. The divorce took 4 months. Sarah tried every defense. The break justified it. It wasn't physical until hotel receipts proved otherwise. She was misled. Her lawyer, a women's rights specialist, couldn't counter the evidence. Sarah demanded half of everything, including the house, but threw a tantrum when her lawyer explained adultery's impact, getting temporarily banned from the law office. Jessica kept up her supportive friend act, texting regularly, suggesting coffee, hinting at a future together. Her messages were calculated, like a job application for my rebound. She's circling like a vulture, Ethan said. I met her twice more, letting her think I was open, listening to her trash Sarah. I feel so guilty, she said once. If I hadn't told you about Ryan, maybe you'd have worked it out. Right, I thought, after you pushed her into it. You did the right thing, I said, playing along. The settlement came in May. I kept the house, my retirement, and 65% of joint assets. Sarah got her car, personal items, and her student debt, no alimony due to her cheating. The house's $100,000 equity and $32,000 in savings stayed mine. She got $18,000 and her 90,000-mile Corolla. She still claimed it was unfair that I was punishing her for following her heart. You followed your heart with our card for hotel rooms, I said. Her lawyer stopped her from lunging at me. Jessica invited me to celebrate the divorce at Vesper, a pricey restaurant where appetizers cost $30. She hesitated when I suggested it, but showed up in a dress worth more than my car payment, expecting to seal her plan. "I'm proud of how you handled this," she said over tiny, overpriced appetizers. "You were so strong. I had good support. I was happy to help. Now we can be honest about what's been building." I looked at her perfect makeup, predatory smile, and felt only contempt. "Jessica, you ruined my marriage." Her face paled. "What? I helped you see Sarah's true colors. You pushed her to cheat, then told me like a loyal friend you wanted me for yourself. I cared about you both. You saw an opportunity and took it." I dropped $40 on the table. "The saddest part, you thought I'd want someone like you. Where are you going? Home alone to my house I kept because I didn't trust people like you. What about us? There is no us. You're toxic, wrecking relationships for fun." I wasn't done. I'd texted Sarah earlier saying Jessica had a confession about Ryan. Sarah showed up at Vesper mid-dinner, eyes blazing. "What's she doing here?" Jessica squeaked. "You two need to talk," I said, walking out. I called Ethan. "Get to Vesper now. The guru's getting a performance review." Through the window, I saw Sarah and Jessica arguing, diners filming. Sarah yelled, "You set me up with Ryan." Jessica denied it. Sarah dumped Jessica's designer purse on the table, then threw a bread basket. Ethan arrived as it escalated. "This is better than pay-per-view." Amber lunged. Sarah grabbed her hair. They crashed, taking table settings with them. Ethan called 911, disturbance at Vesper. The manager tried intervening, but they kept fighting, plates shattering. "Should we help?" I asked. "Help, this is the best show all year. They're getting what they deserve." Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.